All right, today's Thoughtful Thursday. We're going to talk about what it is that you believe in and what it is that you stand for. So, whether it's Black Lives Matter, Free Palestine, Congo, Sudan, honestly, I have a whole list. Central African Republic, Myanmar, Armenian genocide, Afghanistan, Cambodian genocide, China, Ethiopia, Darfur, Syria, Bosnia, and that last one is going to be hard to pronounce. Herzegovina. There's a lot going on in the world today. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of humanitarian crises. We tend to really fixate on one at a time, but there's like multiple of them going on at the same time, unfortunately. And honestly, overall, the more people that we have that are concerned about these issues, the better and more likely we'll be able to get through them. Even if it's not a humanitarian thing, like maybe global warming, maybe you're concerned about the planet, which we should probably all be concerned about the planet. Conservation, we're expediting the extinction of many species. Unfortunately, there's so many things going on in the world. So I invite everyone watching this video to think about what it is that you stand for and what's important to you outside of yourself, like anything like world events going on. Um, sure, even like family stuff, like or even just like there's poverty wherever you're at, like it's all over the world, but even right here in America, I can literally like walk to a homeless camp like in my neighborhood. I know exactly where like the tent's been set up for a while now, and I see them, just hanging out like normal. So it seems like they're relatively comfortable. But should we be living in tents in America? No, we're not. We're supposedly a first world nation, but we got people living in tents everywhere in LA at least. And I think it's in like all the major cities. So, with all that being said, after you get your things that you are thinking about that you would like to support, how does that make you feel when you see these things? Like, do you feel like there's anything you can do? Because I know for me personally, especially when I keep hearing there's more and more things going on, it's like, how do I do anything about this as a regular, very like small individual person? It's like, I don't know what to do for these people. Like, I could do something really small, like raise awareness for them. Like right now, I can post hashtags. And sure, yes, raising awareness has its place for the people that can actually do something. If you make enough noise, they say the squeaky wheel gets the oil. So make a lot of noise is one way. But deeper than that, what can you do to help the people that are doing actual action steps? Usually it's donations. Usually there's funds set up for them. There's emergency services, there's the Red Cross, there's the freaking all the different humanitarian organizations, and you can kind of like look into each one to make sure one is in alignment with what you believe. But they require donations. They need money to do their work. And if you can't afford to give, then I feel like that makes me feel even more helpless. And I feel like that's why we get so many people that just kind of ignore what's going on across the world because they're like, well, I can't do anything about it anyway. And not to judge, but I feel like that's like the laziest way to look at it. It's like, okay, just don't care about anything but yourself because you can't afford to. You can't afford to pay attention, literally, to anything other than yourself. And I think that's a really sad way to be. Like, actually, that's really freaking sad. So for me, part of my wealth journey is being able to make money that I can donate regularly to the things that need help, to the things that they need money, and they're out here doing stuff on our behalves because we don't know what to do or we don't necessarily have the means to get all the way over there or to send anything over there. But we can give like $5, $10, 20, 50, $100 to the people that are already doing those things, in addition to using our voices. And I feel like you can only use your voice but so much before it starts to feel like what am I actually doing though? And you can call senators. You can call senators. You can call representatives. You can send those little pre-filled out emails and sign petitions. You can do that as well. So there are a lot of non-monetary things you can do. But I honestly know for me, when I'm able to give something more, even more concrete, like funding something like an initiative where they're actually like sending food, like honestly, my first donation that I ever did was with my allowance when I was still a kid in school. Shoot, I don't even remember how old I was. It was probably like maybe 12, 13. And I would do you remember they had those commercials for just 10 cents a day. You can feed 5 children or however many, the 10 cents a day commercial. And I was like, that's so easy. Like, why wouldn't everybody just like feed the, the kids for 10 cents a day? So I signed up for that and I sponsored a child. It was like, for me, it was like $5 a month to sponsor a child, and they would send me pictures. Like the kid would like color, have little pictures, and send me pictures of like whatever was going on in their life for $5 a month. I sponsored a whole ass child as a kid. So like you can do. I feel like it's easy to like just not pay attention and let it kind of like be, oh, that's none of my concern, that's none of my business. But do you really want that? Do you really want to just completely ignore it? If you do, sure, that's fine. But if you're anything like me and you would like to be able to help in some way, in some small way, and that's what I accumulated many of those over time. So like start small now. If you can do like $5 a month for whoever you pick, whoever is your favorite, that's a great way to start, because people say, oh, the wealthy people should be doing all this and that. They are. Guess what? Guess who's donating the absolute most? Guess who's donating like millions of dollars at a time to humanitarian reasons? Was it freaking Rihanna that like paid for, like, I think it was in Louisiana after the hurricane, or some, like, when all of the hurricane stuff happened, I believe it was Katrina, I don't remember, but like, and whoever's had people down there, that celebrity, gosh, I should have looked up this story real quick before, but please feel free to go into Google and do your research. But one of the celebrities literally like paid for like all the humanitarian aid for that area, because that was like their home. So how would it feel? I want you to imagine if you had that kind of money and you had that kind of power, and you saw something wasn't right, but you had money to fix it. Can you imagine that? I just want you to picture that. Like, wherever you live, whatever your hometown is. I'm from Virginia. We did get some hurricanes and stuff over there. And a tree actually fell. I've known 2 people that have, like, we had a tree fall. And I had friends that had a tree fall on their house. And I was like, damn, that really freaking sucks. Like, I wish there was something I could do about that. But guess what? Wealthy Yvette can pay for that. Like, if my town, if I live in LA and I'm pissed off. I love living here, but I'm pissed off at the amount of homelessness, and they never really seem to be able to be like doing enough or as much as they should here for homelessness. Like, honestly, I think we're a third world country. The only thing we've got going for us is that we have very good upward mobility, aka the ability to make a lot of money. But for the homelessness, I don't trust the government and the taxes. They don't seem to be like really doing anything for the homeless. So if I had that kind of money like that, I could actually look into solutions for homelessness, not just like giving homeless money, but I could buy one of these old buildings for cheap that ain't being used for nothing, and have it like fixed up and cleaned up and use it as a freaking homeless shelter. Like, that's the kind of thing that private wealth does. It's like it allows you to take matters into your own hands. If you don't trust the government to take care of things, or if you know more aid is needed because our government is broken, getting us in like $50 trillion of debt, then do it yourself. All right? So that is the thought of the day. Think about what it would feel like to be able to truly make a difference that you can feel. Not saying that the other things do not, but to be able to do, in addition to using your voice, in addition to using whatever platform you have, you can actually like go take some action steps as well. I mean, to me, I freaking love that feeling. It feels really freaking great. So, yeah, let's do it together. Let's fix this world together. We only get one. All right, y'all. Peace out. Get that wealth.